work for Aroma Prime, which makes smells for different theme parks and museums and escape rooms and care facilities and schools and so on. Anywhere. The smells, I suppose, a big focus with the smells that we work with is storytelling. So anywhere where smells can help tell a story, and particularly if people have certain disabilities that mean that they can't access uh, or perceive certain elements of a story, maybe visually or through the audio, or even in terms of where they're able to travel. Sometimes the smells can help suggest parts of the story or even trigger certain emotions.
It doesn't have to be some complex thing. It is something we all have innately inside of us, and diversity and inclusion just, you don't even have to think about those things, because if you make everything accessible, everyone's going to be there and everyone's going to feel included. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you mentioned diversity there. I think smell is a nice way of making sure that you're inclusive, not just to people of all abilities, but also all backgrounds and nationalities. Because we all have, just as human beings, we have very similar relationships with certain smells.
But it's the same concept you're speaking of, where that's a written thing that helps people know that this is what you're going to experience, right? That will, why can't that happen as well?
Yeah, it's interesting to think about it in the context of television. It is, I suppose it's the people that produce these things, whether it be television or event, just kind of being more aware of it. Like I find it
For
interesting
sure.
reading. Yeah, I think when I read sensory guides at theme parks, it kind of opens my mind to it, and the way that they write down the specific sensory elements. It's almost like doing a risk assessment, I suppose. Like when you're in work at work, we risk assessment about a radiator and all the different potential hazards. And it was interesting to actually think about things when you do stop and think about them, and particularly if it's not normally something that might be an issue for you, it's interesting to open your mind to that and kind of be more aware of it. And then hopefully it would be something that people will just naturally consider when they start preparing or planning events and broadcasts and things.